before I introduce myself, before I introduce our topic for today, allow me to read this quote. Computers are incredibly fast, accurate, and stupid. Humans are incredibly slow, inaccurate, and brilliant. Together, they are powerful beyond imagination. So that was a quote given by Albert Einstein, which clearly states that computer and humans together creates a powerful impact to the world. So we see how computer changed the way we people relate to one another and to our living environment, as well as how humans organize their work, their communities, and their time. So ang society side, in turn, they influence the development of computers throughout time, making it more fast, more accurate, through artificial intelligence or AIs. So this is important for us to know to be more efficient with this technology, especially for us now students in this time of pandemic to achieve success in college. So that's a lesson that I wanted to share with all of you today. So, hello, I am Lendy M. Naron from Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Social Studies, and currently enrolled in BIT International College, main campus. And I welcome you all to our today's lesson, Working with Computers in the Millennium. So our discussion today will revolve around this content or topic. First, demonstrate the ability to know the importance of computer in one's life. Next, discuss the types of computer. Then we are going to demonstrate the ability to know how to articulate networks and internet and expert system. Next, discuss the 5 steps or functions of computer and its advantages and disadvantages. Then lastly, we are going to demonstrate thorough knowledge of the different fields of computer. Alright, so before that, let us first get to know computer. A computer is an electronic data processing device which accepts and stores data input, processes the data input, and generate the output in a required format. So here are the basic parts of a computer. We have the input devices, mouse, and a keyboard, the output devices such as flat panel display, speaker, and a desktop counter as a system unit. So you probably have this now in your respective homes or even in your schools. So almost everything that we encounter daily involves the use of computer. In every place that we go, computers are at work. Life won't be easy without them. So using computer, we can make or solve most difficult things which are hardly completed without their help. So because of that ability sa computer, mabantayan nato na we have been creating many noticeable achievements in the society, especially sa fields of medicine, education, and even sa atong usual life. So computers are transforming society, time is collapsing, distance is no longer an obstacle. So crossing oceans takes only a mouse click. Indeed, computers has become one of the greatest invention of humans. So actually, the greatest advantage of computer is that it reduces distance and connect people together. So we no longer remain the concept of spatial distance. So nowadays, students certainly can stay at home but finish their bachelor's degree and many other important stuff. So this is actually impossible a few decades ago. So indeed, diba, computers are the most important technological achievement in the 21st century. Okay, next slide. Computers are everywhere. In our homes, in our offices, in schools, in any place we go. It is a must for work and even in play. We all depend on them. There will be so many flaws or many hows if we put them aside. So that's it. Individuals, communities, government, and any organizations, we heavily rely on computer technology, whether we admit it or not. Example no sa food nato, services, entertainment, care, communication, education, transportation, name it. That's how important computers are in our lives. So if we remove computer out of our lives, if we remove computer out of the equation, we can't imagine the outcome. So it will be harder than hardest. We will be crippled. That's true. So 5 generations of computer. So generation in computer terminology is a change in technology a computer is or was being used. So there are 5 generations known till date. So we are going to delve into that. So each generation, this has been discussed in detail along with their time period and characteristics. So in the following table, approximate dates against each generation has been mentioned, so which are normally accepted. So the following are the main 5 generations of computers. First, the first generation. So the period of first generation was from 1946 to 1959, vacuum tube based. Next, the second generation. The period of second generation is 1959 to 1965, transistor based. Third generation, 1965 to 1971, integrated circuit based. Then we have the fourth generation. From 1971 to 1980, VLSI microprocessor based. So we are going to discuss each on the following slides. So the last, fifth generation, the period of fifth generation, 180 and onwards or till dates, ULSI microprocessor based. Okay, so I have prepared here this. First generation. So in this generation, mainly batch processing operating system was used. Punch cards, paper tape, and magnetic tape was used as input and output devices. The computers in this generation machine code as the programming language. So this computer are very expensive. So I pictured sa left. So very expensive. So because of that, mga large organizations were only able to afford this type of computer. So right after the first generation comes the second generation. Okay, so in this generation, assembly language and the high-level programming languages like Fortran, COBOL were used. The computer used batch processing and multi-programming operating system. So compared to the first generation, this is more reliable, it is more faster than the first generation. Next, third generation, the computers of third generation use integrated circuits or ICs in place of transistors. A single IC has many transistors, resistors, and capacitors along with the associated circuitry. So if we notice, magkatugay ang generation, magka-high-tech. So daghang features ang maad. So in the fourth generation computers became more powerful, compact, reliable, and affordable. So as a result, it gave rise to personal or PC revolution. So we will dig into this topic later. So kaning sa fourth generation, time sharing, real-time network, distributed operating system are already used. So as well as no AC required. So always would remember na the concept of internet was already introduced here. Next, the fifth generation. So manitong gigamit karon. In the fifth generation, VLSI technology became ULSI or ultra large scale integration technology, resulting in the production of microprocessor chips having 10 million electronic components. So kanisya, this is based on parallel processing hardware. So mga AI, artificial intelligence. So diba sa wala makaibaon sa ng AI, this is the emerging branch in computer science. So that's it. So the types of computer. So computers can be broadly classified by their speed and computing power. So first, the personal computer. It is a single-user computer system having moderately powerful microprocessor. So this is how personal computer looks like. So ang PC, it can also be defined as a small, relatively inexpensive computer designed for an individual use. So pang-isahan ba? So you've probably seen this sa office, sa eskwelahan, sa ato ang library, or even in your homes. So this is used for word processing, accounting, pwede pa running spreadsheets, no, and more. Next is workstation. So it is also a single-user computer system, similar to personal computer. However, it has more powerful microprocessor. So pareho lang gamay sa PC. It's just that ang workstation have relatively high quality of graphic capability. So this is how this type of computer looks like. Next is mini computer. It is a multi-user computer system capable of supporting hundreds of users simultaneously. Kanya. So compared sa duha, ang kaning mini computer, it is mid-size multi-processing system. So capable ni siya of supporting 250 of users simultaneously. So next is mainframe. So mainframe, it is a multi-user computer system capable of supporting hundreds of users simultaneously. Software technology is different from mini computer. So mainframe computer sa inyong nakita, it's very large in size since it could support hundreds or even thousands of users simultaneously. Okay, the last but definitely not the least, we have supercomputers. So it is an extremely fast computer which can be execute hundreds of millions of instructions per second. So we have supercomputers. So these are one of the fastest computer currently available. So aside from that, these are very expensive and only employed specialized applications. So na siya specialized nga gamit. Okay, next, we are going to tackle expert system. So ES is a computer system that employ human knowledge captured in a computer to solve problems that ordinarily require human experience. So basically, an expert system is that emulates the decision-making ability of a human expert. So gidesign siya to solve complex problems by reasoning through bodies of knowledge represented by experts. Okay, so I'm sorry no if ma-pause na ko. It's just that I have a cough. Okay, so let's continue. So examples, we have car engine diagnosis, medical diagnosis, chess games, implant identification. So ang expert system na ni siya 4 parts. Knowledge database. So kaning knowledge database no, it is a collection of facts created from information provided by human experience. Next, we have rules-based. So it is also a collection of facts created from making deduction from data. So this is usually made of series of inference of if and then rules. So remember that. Next is inference engine. So it is made of series of inference information that matches the user's query. Then last, the user interface. So it is the system that allows a non-expert to query or to question the expert. Okay, now what is a network? So network is a group of devices that are connected in such a manner that they can share information and resources to each other. Now, to create network, we must have a basic component, such as network devices, network media, network interface, and network protocol. So we talk about network devices, so we may just think about a group of computers connected together, but always remember no, a network, they can also include other items such as servers, printer, game consoles such as PS4, I'm sure you're familiar with that, mobile phones, and devices such as Amazon. So these are nodes. So this connection can be in the form of wire, cable wire, or not even wireless, no? Just to make that connection. So next, what is internet? The internet is a vast network that connects computers all over the world. Through the internet, people can share information and communicate from anywhere with an internet connection. So I know you're already familiar with this. So again, internet is a worldwide computer network that links thousands of smaller networks. So this is why, despite distance, if you have relatives or if you have a member of your family living abroad, it is still possible to reach out to them in just a little span of time. Because internet, it spans the whole world. It is a network of lots and lots of computers connected to each other. So manang we can share variety of information and communicate with each other. But gan, it depends on how strong the internet connectivity is. So, alright, next slide. 5 functions of a computer. So if we look at it in a very broad sense, any digital computer carries out the following 5 functions. Step 1, take data as input. So, mga input devices, ito nakita ganiha, keyboard, mouse, microphone, scanner, camera, sensor. Then step 2, stores the data instruction in its memory and uses them as required. So, mga data storage, memory card, optical disk, SSD, pen drives, and more. Step 3, processes the data and converts it into useful information. Then, it generates the output, then control all the above 4 steps. So, basically, ang functions of computer can be categorized into 3. The input, process, and output. So, they take data as input, then i-process to nga data, then they generate the output. So, magamit na sila mga output devices such as monitor, speaker, printer, headphone, plotter, or screen projector. So, those are output devices. Now, let's move to the advantages of computer. So, I know you have already a hint na. So, what are these advantages? First, high speed. So, computer is a very fast device. Let's give it that. It is capable of performing calculations of very large amount of data. Next is accuracy. So, computers are not only fast, but in addition to that, computers are very accurate. So, the calculations are 100% error-free. So, imagine that. Storage capability. So, memory is very important characteristics of computer. It can store large amount of data. It can store any type of data such as images, video, text, audio, etc. Next is versatility. So, what is this versatility? So, a computer is a very versatile machine. So, what it means to be versatile. So, a computer is flexible in performing jobs to be done. So, at one instance, it may be solving a complex scientific problem, and at the very next moment, it may be playing a card game. So, versatile. Next, we have diligence. So, unlike human beings, a computer is free from monotony, tiredness, and lack of concentration. So, it can perform repeated tasks with the same speed and accuracy. Diba? So, that's the good thing about computers. Alright, and we also have automation. So, automation means computer is an automatic machine. Diba? Automation, it is the ability to perform a given task automatically. Next, reduction in paperwork and cost. So, of course, as data in electronic files can be retrieved when required. So, the problem of maintenance of large number of paper files gets reduced. Kaya pwede naman siya software copy. Okay, now let us move to the disadvantages of computer. So, just like coins, computer have 2 sides. Okay, so let's get to know the first one. Yes, no IQ, no intelligence quotient. So, what does it mean? Nga walay IQ ang computer. So, a computer, it is a machine that has no intelligence to perform any task. So, nagdepende rin siya kung unsang i-programs, kung unsang i-input sa tao. Next is dependency. So, it function as per the user's instruction, thus fully dependent siya sa tao. So, di magunahon na ang computer mas bright pa sa tao. Next is environment. So, the operating environment of the computer should be dust-free and suitable. Kaya di man na siya mo-function, no, kung ang environment is in chaos. Next is no feelings ang computer, no. Computer have no feelings nor emotion. So, dili na siya ka-make of judgment based on feeling, taste, experience, and knowledge unlike humans. Okay, so now, application of computer in various fields. So, here we will know unsay gamit sa computer in various field. So, limited ba siya in this field and in another useless na ba? So, let's proceed. Okay, business. So, a computer has high speed of calculation, diligence, accuracy, reliability, or versatility, which has made it integrated part in all business organizations. So, computer is used in business organizations for payroll calculations, budgeting analysis, and sales analysis. So, another gamit sa computer when it comes to business is financial forecasting, managing employee database, and even maintenance of stock. So, unsa man ilang gamiton for research sa ilang mga potential clients, no? And competitors, so di ba computers? So what about in insurance? So insurance companies are keeping all records up to date with the help of computers. Insurance companies, finance houses, and stockbroking firms are widely using computers for their concerns. So just like with business, ko kaning mga insurance companies, so I'm sure na yung mga insurance companies sa inyo ha, they are maintaining database sa ilang clients with information showing kitay procedure to continue with policies, starting date of policies, so kanusa ang next due installment of a policy, sa pa maturity date, interest due, survival benefits, no, and even bonus. So they are using computers for that. Next is education. So the computer helps in providing a lot of facilities in the education system. So the computer provides a tool in the education system known as CBE, or computer-based education. CBE involves control, delivery, and evaluation of learning. Computer education is rapidly increasing the graph of number of computers students. So this is not new to us. So as a student, especially in college, especially now we are facing this pandemic, we are having this virtual classroom. So we already felt and knew how beneficial, how useful computer are to us, no, in our learning journey. Next is marketing. So in marketing, uses of the computer are the following: advertising and home shopping. So, because of computers, mga advertising professionals ka na makita nato sa TV, they create arts and graphics. They also write in copy and print or disseminate ads. So, of course, ang goal is to sell more products. So, this won't be possible without the aid of computer. In the terms na pod of home shopping, di ba, we love to go shopping, even me. But because of computers, we can do this even if we're at home. So, diba? I know you're already familiar with Lazada, Shopee, Shein, Foodpanda. So we are provided with access to product information and permit direct entry of orders to be filled, no? To be filled by customers. So no sweat. So that's how blessed we are because of these computers. Alright, next as ang healthcare. Computers have become an important part in hospitals, labs, and dispensaries. They are being used in hospitals to keep the record of patients and medicines. It is also used in scanning and diagnosing different diseases. So even sa healthcare, we heavily relied on computers. ECG, ultrasound, CT scan, X-ray, and many more. So these are done with computerized machines, especially when doctors run diagnoses, mag-monitor sila mga patient, and even surgery. Next is ang engineering design. So computers are widely used for engineering purpose. One of the major areas is CAD, or computer-aided design. So that provides creation and modification of images. So in the fields of engineering, computers are of highly use. So especially when they need analysis kintahay for building or designing buildings, ships, airplane, roads, skyscraper, hospital. So any type of building, especially in architectural engineering, they operate better in determining a range of building on a site, both on 2D and 3D or three-dimensional drawing. Sama tapos sa mga industrial engineering. So, diba? So, when they have their budget, ang blueprint, so they need computer for that. Next is military. So, how is computer used in military field? So, computers are largely used in defense. Modern tanks, missiles, weapons, etc. Military also employs computerized control system. Some military areas where a computer has been used are missile control and military communication. So, another example po ani to add lang, when military goes on war, na sila smart weapons. So, if titanaw mo sa news, sa Ukraine and Russia conflict, or even katong sa Israeli wars, weapons nila computerized na sad. So, it's useful really sa military nga field, both in operation and in planning. Okay. So, next, communication. Communication is a way to convey a message, an idea, a picture, or speech that is received and understood clearly and correctly by the person for whom it is meant. So, communication, of course. So, gone are those days na kailangan pa muhuwat og pila ka days or even weeks to keep in touch with people, with people we love, in quite a distance. Sa una, magamit pag telegram, letters. Pero, naman gapon magamit karon, pero that's old school. If we like it the faster way, if we like to have that response as soon as possible, daghan ng social networking sites. We have hundreds. So to name some of them, we have WhatsApp, Facebook, we have Messenger, email, video conferencing, Instagram, Twitter, and more. So even kaning Google Classroom, diba? We're using that for communication. Next is government. Computers play an important role in government services. Some major fields in this category are budgets, sales tax department, income tax department, computation of male and female ratio. So in every governmental institution na anjud ning computer, especially karon nga election lang, for instance, because of computer system napadali din diba ang voters list. Then dili na mano-mano. Like ang PAN card po karon, PhilSys or the Philippine National ID, weather forecasting, name it, gamit na dyan ang computer. So especially when you go to your municipal hall and ask for water bill, for example, or electricity bill, those are needed na get with the computers. Alright, so that's the end of our slide of our discussion. So truly, we have come to an age where having a computer is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. So sa una ko na kay computer, inon kag ay dato. Pero karon bisag makaingon tagpubre na nandiyan na computer because it is a necessity. It is the demand of that time, especially for students. It has been part of our daily lives. It is part na gyud sa tong mga usual nga mga activities. So I hope and pray you learn something out from this video lesson, and I hope na after listening you are better equipped with computer knowledge sa mga fundamentals and basics of computer, and may you use this technology with effectively. May use this computer effectively and efficiently. So especially in this millennium age. So thank you for listening for this long. This is a 30-minute discussion. Again, this is LENDY Naron from Begiti International College Main Campus. taking Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Social Studies. I am signing off. Thank you for